Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. I'm watching SummerSlam 2014. We're going right with the main event, continuing on our, I guess, triad matches of Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. I was able to watch Extreme Rules 2012 the other day. When Brock made his return and had his original match with John Cena. I was very shocked about how Brock just dominated that match. It was almost like when I went back and watched Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels for the first time at WrestleMania 21, how Shawn in that match was really just hanging on, like the same way that John Cena was, just didn't really know what to do, didn't really know that he had an answer. Cena hit like 5 moves, and I'm counting punches, before he basically hit the FU AA on top of the steps, and then he was able to get the win. Right here, we're at SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar is coming in after his huge win at WrestleMania 30 against The Undertaker, defeating the Streak. They sort of recapped Brock since coming to WWE. Brock has basically beat John Cena, beat Triple H, broke Shawn Michaels' arm, beat up Mark Henry, beat The Big Show, beat Undertaker. Just basically everything that they put in his way is coming down. I think that this is one of the biggest matches that I was ever able to see live. It honestly had a big fight feel. It felt like, a UFC fight. It was like we might have seen wrestling all throughout the SummerSlam building up to that. But this was going to be a fight. This was going to be John Cena, going out and, he's coming out right now. He's got the red shirt on. They have unified the World Heavyweight Championship with the WWE title that they did with him and Randy Orton at TLC 2013. And then Randy held it until losing it at WrestleMania 30. Then we had Daniel Bryan forced to give up the championship after that. I don't know how Cena got it after Bryan was stripped. I really don't remember how he became champion again. But I'm surprised they're keeping both belts at this time. I think they give Brock a new belt after SummerSlam, but as much as I remember, there's little stuff like that I think is just crazy. At this point, we are in year one of the WWE Network. Hulk Hogan opened up the show, spouting out about $9.99 and the Hulkamaniacs, and they're just basically saying that for $9.99 it's such a value. Today, August 11th, we just had the UFC deal with Paramount, which basically killed pay-per-views. Besides for AEW, might be the last company on that on that plan of trying to sell their shows. Mostly everybody like TNA, WWE has a streaming deal where you're able to get them. TNA's is kind of their own deal. I mean, they're not on like Paramount or Peacock or anything like that. So you just have to go on their website and buy it. They might sell it on Thriller. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't bought a TNA show, honestly, in a really, really long time. I've been tempted a few times. I think the last TNA pay-per-view that I actually watched would have been 2020 Slammiversary. I think that's when the Good Brothers debuted. The match is about to start. The bell just rung. Cena's in one corner, Brock's in the other. Last time, Cena came out of Ball of Fire trying to tackle Brock, and Brock just took him straight down. Same damn thing, but Cena backed Brock up into the corner this time. He's throwing punches. He's already thrown more punches than he landed in that first pipe. But Brock has taken Cena to the ground. They're kind of just wrestling around, just a weird test of strength, I guess you can say. But Cena definitely is trying to get. Oh, he actually threw a knee, trying to get something out of him. Oh, F5 already. We're basically about a minute into the match. Brock's already picked up Cena and hit him with one F5. Man, Heyman is on the outside. He is honestly just feeling it. I think he already feels like he knows that Brock has won. It's just a matter of time of taking him down. But from this point out, I think it's Brock just going to be kind of playing with Cena. I mean, this is basically his yard at the time. Roman, who would go on to be Brock's biggest rival at the time, Roman had a match with Randy Orton on this show. Randy's not in the title picture, so it was just kind of them fighting. Rollins still has the Money in the Bank at this show. He fought against Dean Ambrose in a lumberjack match where they actually were able to get out of the ring past the lumberjacks. They were fighting out throughout the crowd. Very, very fun match. I don't really remember what the lumberjacks were doing once they, sort of lost the one job they had. Cena's gone to Suplex City for the first time, being thrown across the ring. And he's really selling the fact that he is hurt. And he doesn't know really what he's doing. Cena's wearing the shoes that he wore for a long time. I always wish that they would have made an adult size. I know they sold the kid sizes at Kmart. That was a WWE deal they had. But if they would have had John Cena's shoes in a size 11, I would have picked one up. I would have wore those things around. But suplex from Brock again. He's just making it look easy. At this point, I wonder if WWE puts like the little ticker in the corner, counting F5s, counting suplexes. Brock's just standing over him. He's not kicking him. He's not, punching him while he's on the ground. He's just looking down over him like David and Goliath, like knowing that there's like nothing that little Cena can do against him. Knee to the ribs. Cena's trying to fight back. He threw a punch from the ground. Completely air shot Brock. Just really nothing to hit. Another knee to the ribs there. Just taking all the air out of Cena. Just deflating him pretty much. I'll tell you the truth. I think we got another 20 minutes of this. Just beat down. Boom. Another suplex. Belly to back or a German is probably like the biggest one. Because when you're throwing that guy, you don't know if he's landing on his back, on his neck, on his head. That's one of my favorite suplexes there is in the game. Cena just tried to bum rush Brock, pushed him back into the corner, throwing some punches. Cena is showing life. More life than But Brock just has to hit one shot. That was a knee to the gut and then a knee to the ribs. And Cena is just down again. Cena's not going to give up. He's not going to tap out. I don't think Cena just wants to get pinned. There we got a choke. From the back, just wearing him down. But you can already tell that Cena is just thinking he's going to need to live to fight another day. I knew he came from behind a year ago at Extreme Rules. But Heyman just looks like a cartoon character out on the outside. Like he knows that like Brock is about to win this match, win the championship. There's going to be a huge purse. His cut's going to be huge. He looks like he's already counting his money. That's the only way to talk about what Heyman looks like on the outside. I think this was the last SummerSlam that I attended. This was the last SummerSlam that was in LA at the Staples Center. The next year they would go to Brooklyn. What's the name of the place in Brooklyn where they went? What's the name of the place where the Nets play? SummerSlam was fun. I went from 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I guess it seems like 4, but it was five different shows that I went to in a row. Sometimes I went down to LA and stayed for the week. Sometimes I just stayed for the day. This trip here, I know I just went for the day. I flew down in the morning and then I flew out on the first flight. I probably went to work the next day at noon. Oh, stomp on the fingers. I see Sign Guy in the crowd cheering. Come on, Cena. Show me some life here. Brock was just so good. They hid the fact that Triple H beat Brock. I can't remember if he beat him at WrestleMania. I think Triple H beat Brock at WrestleMania in New York. Because I think that Brock beat Triple H at SummerSlam, if I'm really 100% sure. But they've just made it look like Brock dominates everybody. Brock holds the title until WrestleMania 31. Rollins cashes in on him. And then Brock attacks Rollins. And then they have the Battleground match. That's where Undertaker returns, setting up the Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar deal that would be at SummerSlam to Hell in the Cell. Brock just beats everybody. He's just dominating this match. Cena doesn't know where he is, doesn't know what is going on. People are just stunned. There's some people standing up trying to get on television, but for the most part, nobody's making any noise. Every once in a while, you hear like a "Let's Go Cena." Here we go, German. Boom. Man. I'm sure I'm sitting in my seat just waiting for the Cena comeback. Cena's going to hit him with a ring bell. Cena's going to hit him with a chair. He's going to do something to like wear down Brock. Get back into this. The one thing that wasn't the best about this year's SummerSlam is they didn't do SummerSlam Access. If I remember right, like, I think that SummerSlam this year was kind of late for tickets to come out. And then we kept on waiting for Access. Access didn't come. But they were filming things. I think only the DX one ended up getting recorded and put up on the WWE Network. But they filmed like shows in an auditorium. I remember we went to the Stone Cold Steve Austin one. And it was honestly Jerry the King Lawler interviewing Steve Austin. And Steve Austin was just telling his story of getting into wrestling in Dallas, something that, like, at the time, he overtold the story too much on his podcast. I loved that podcast, and I've heard rumors that Austin's thinking about getting back into the podcast game. F5, no, Cena reversed it. Oh, hey, 1, 2, nope. Cena got a little gas of fire right there. But if Austin got back into the podcast game, I would love that. I don't know how I would fit it back into my days, but I know that, like, I don't know if those people own the Austin podcast and they can just play them forever. I know that they have them on reruns, which is kind of weird. Like, if you still subscribe to the feed, they release 2 shows a week, just on a loop, I guess you can say. I don't know if Austin's making any money off of that still, but if he got back into making, like, real shows on a regular basis, that would be fun, really fun. Brock's just mocking Cena. This is the one where he's just laughing at him as he's getting up off the mat, and Cena's just died in the corner, like, doesn't know what to do. He just hit him with his finisher, and, like, Brock is just laughing it off. Man. Brock is, like, dancing for him pretty much in the ring, just jumping back and forth, like, telling him, like, come on, let's go. I thought we were going to fight. He's not bringing... Cena runs right at him. Boom. Brock put him down, just punching him. Cena's got his hands up, Brock blocking his head. But Brock's just throwing blows. Boom. Brock is asking Charles Robinson to ask Cena if he quits. It's not even. He doesn't even have him in a hold. He doesn't even have him in a finisher. He's just beating him up. Man. German suplex. 1. Roll. German suplex. 2. German suplex. 3. 3 in a row. 1 more. 4. Let go of him on that one, but he barely got him over, to tell you the truth. Cena's just laying in a heap on the mat. Just pin him and get it over with. Brock is yelling at Cena, die. Man. I wonder if Brock learned from Frank Mir and that's why he's staying away, hoping that Cena doesn't lock him in some sort of, like, submission hold and Brock's forced to tap out. So he lost his first fight in UFC. Here we go. German 1. German 2. German 3. Asking him to tap out. Asking him if he's done. I think Charles Robinson knows that Cena is just going to give every ounce of his last fight. That's why he's not calling for the bell. No, he's not going to do it. He wants to. But I don't think he knows that Cena wants to give up. You got to remember how he won the last fight. Oh, Cena just... Oh! STFU out of the middle of nowhere. Knocked him down by the leg. Brock's looking like he wants to tap. Brock looks like he wants to tap. How does he get out of this? Brock's reaching for a rope, but he's not anywhere close. He's not moving. He just rolled over. He just rolled over. Cena released it. Now he's getting punched. Brock is just punching down on Cena. We're going to go F5. 1, 2, 3. Brock wins. Brock's new champion. Damn. All right, so Brock versus Cena. We're tied 1-1. I think everybody here knew after Brock defeated Undertaker and beat the streak at WrestleMania 30 that this was going to happen, but not like that. Cena got more fight in, but still, this was like 90-10 on the side of Brock Lesnar. That's just crazy. I don't even really remember where I sat for this year's SummerSlam. I don't remember where. Oh, you know what? We were behind TV side, if I remember right, and off to the left, because we had that railing in front of us. And I think at this show, it's Jericho versus Bray, and Miguel put his head down, acting like he was like falling asleep at one point. Damn. There ain't no other way to say it. Brock killed them. Brock killed them. And especially after seeing Extreme Rules, the one match that Cena won, I don't know what's going down. If Brock and Cena happens at, I guess it's not going to be Clash in Paris. My guess it's going to be Crown Jewel. Some people think it's going to be making us wait all the way until Survivor Series. That's crazy. Brock, 2 belts. Damn. He beat him. He beat him good.